Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow, and welcome to our Eve of Christmas Eve show. Now, this has not been a great year for our great country. We'll talk about all that in just a minute. Save America, Kill the Bill was one of the better things that happened this year. But I want to go back and quote President Trump's super optimistic message. He did it for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to edit it and substitute Christmas. Here it is, and I quote, "A very interesting time in our country, but do not worry, we will be great again, and we will all do it together. America will never fail, and we will never allow it to go in the wrong direction. Too many generations of greatness are counting on us. Enjoy your Christmas, knowing that a wonderful future lies ahead." Now, that is President Trump at his absolute best. His faith in America and its democracy and freedoms, his faith in America first and its resiliency against all odds or actions. Whether you agree with all the aspects of Mr. Trump or not, I would propose that his message is exactly the kind of optimistic leadership that this country needs right now as we come into Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Now, what's wrong? What I don't like? Here's what I don't like from another source. We are witnessing, Joe Biden talked about illness and death, okay? Illness and death is not what I want to talk about. We need an optimistic link to the people and the strength of the people in America throughout the country, including the so-called deplorables, attacked by media elites with their snooty noses in the air and their snarky responses to those who don't agree with their left-wing wokeism. Count me as a Christmas optimist, and the deplorables are the backbone of this country. Traditional values will, in the end, triumph. So will free enterprise capitalism. So will the freedom to choose. So will the importance of religion. President Biden's had a rough year because he has gone in a completely different extremist direction. His polls are collapsing, but he won't listen. Afghanistan was a catastrophe. We could be on the edge of war with Russia in the Ukraine. Catastrophic flows of illegal immigrants from an open borders policy. The inflation rate has soared because of the massive government spending financed by huge money creation from the Fed. Big government socialism is not the America we love. Overregulation for state control of energy, banking, healthcare, education, and whatnot, that is not the American way. Government replacing parents and families is not the American way. A radical left agenda is not the American way. Across-the-board mandates is not the American way. The fact that we killed the bill should give Biden pause that he is completely on the wrong track, but he will not listen. He and his crowd are stubborn, radical lefties. Frankly, President Trump left this country in very good shape. Tax cuts, deregulation, energy dominance, securing our southern border, tough on China and Russia, near zero inflation, record low unemployment for minority groups, falling poverty, reducing inequality, and boosting middle-class family income. As I said on this show right from its beginning, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Biden has made the tragic mistake of attempting to reverse all of the successful Trump policies. This was a big mistake. You know, sometimes I think Biden acted on his own Trump derangement syndrome without any thoughtful analysis of the policies he was using. But while nothing is perfect, Donald Trump handed Joe Biden a silver platter. And sadly, Biden has taken that silver platter and badly tarnished, twisted, and contorted the beautiful platter he was given, almost beyond recognition. So I'll return to Donald Trump's optimistic message. We will be great again. We will do it all together. America will never fail. Too many generations of greatness are counting on this. That's important. And on that note, Merry Christmas, folks. Merry Christmas. We will save America, and we will kill the bill.